Hey, what's up and welcome. It's Matthew here, the designer and developer. This is a series of videos where I dive deep into React navigation. Without wasting time, let's just jump straight into it. In the previous videos, we have managed to install the Expo project and also all the dependencies that we need or that are required by React Native. So now it's time for us to get into code and see React Native in practice or practically. Okay, so in the previous video we have ran this project, so this is what it shows. Okay, let me just quickly sort this out. It looks like we are disconnected. Okay, let's run it again. Oh, okay, my apologies guys, I just need to run the project from here. Okay, so meanwhile it's still running, let's just get into the basics, okay, of React Native navigation. Okay, this is the code that we are advised to use, but the fundamentals, the understanding, they are important. Why they are important? Because they will help you in the job interview and also they will help you at work. So it's not only the coding skill that you need, but also you need understanding. Okay, React Native navigation helps you to navigate through an app. Okay, so what is navigation? Navigation, it's how you some sort of experience the application or the project in terms of where you are and where you want to go. As for developers, it's moving from one page for the web to another, or in terms of mobile application, from one screen to another. What are the important things that are involved in navigation, particularly in web, in mobile design? Number one, where you are in terms of screen to another one, but there's also number two, which is sharing information from screens. Okay, so let's just get into this code. As you can see, what we are doing here in our application, we are importing a React navigation container. Okay, this is a container that all the Stack navigation or all the types of React navigation, they must be inside. And then we are creating, or also we some sort of importing a function, create Stack navigation. Okay, it's important to note that there are different types of navigation. The one that we are starting with, it's a Stack navigation. So this is the container that is required. This container is required once in your entire project, meaning that if you can have, let's say for a Stack navigation, you can have this container here. As you can see here, it's being used. And also for a tab navigation, you can also have this container. Then React navigation is going to tell you that you are trying to use two navigation containers. Okay, let's just quickly okay, let me give you an idea of a Stack navigation. Okay, when you are using your phone, let me just make it practical, okay, so that you can see what's going on. Okay, as you can see, this is where I am now. Once I click on React navigation, once I click here, I will be taken to a different screen. Okay, let's just click that. As you can see guys, I am taken to a different screen. Okay, treat this form of transition as a Stack navigation. Why? What's the idea behind the Stack navigation? Think of this as a stack of screens put one on top of each other, like a stack of brick. So meaning that when I'm going back to a previous screen. Unfortunately for me, it just went back like out of the code, but just treat it as if I'm going to a screen which is behind the other one, so this screen they keep on showing up and disappearing, but they are stacked one on top of each other. There is also another different type of navigation, which is the drawer and also the tab navigation. For instance, this type of navigation, it's a tab navigation. It's the means of moving from one screen to another, but in a somewhat different fashion. Okay, so what I showed you before when I clicked here, it's some sort of a stack, meaning that the screens you don't see a lot, but the screens are stacked one on top of each other. You just see them as they appear and they disappear. But however, this is also another type of navigation. This is home and this is setting. Okay, let me click on it on my mobile phone. As you can see, guys, so this is another type of navigation. Remember where we are now, we are on Stack Navigation. Okay, let me check if I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. Yes. Let me check if I'm connected to the Wi-Fi on my computer. Yes. Okay, let me click on the React Expo Go again. Okay, obviously this application is going to load. I am done with explaining what I wanted to explain. Okay, so in order for this screen and the Stack Navigation and all the type of navigation ways or approach that we have in React Navigation, they need to be inside the container. Okay, let's go back. As you can see, guys, this is the container. Okay, this is the container, so everything must be inside this container. So in terms of the Stack Navigation, which is the stack, you then need to use create stack. Okay, to create Stack Navigator. Okay, meaning that you are saying I am going to move between screens, but I'm not going to use tabs. Okay, screens will appear as I push them in and as I push them out of the stack. Okay, so here we are creating this Stack Navigator. Okay, how do you use this Stack Navigator? This is how you use it. As you have created the stack, now you say stack.navigator. Okay, inside the Stack Navigator you put your screens accordingly. Okay, let's just go to the practicality. So meaning that in order for us to see this in action, we need to have two screens. If you can look at our app now, we only have this screen. Okay, let me pin this so that it can be always on top. So as you can see here, this is the only screen that we have. This is the only screen that we have. Let me just change this here and save. As you can see, this is loading and refreshing. Now what I typed here, it's here, so we have on the only screen. Now let me teach you some techniques of how do you go about with React Navigation. Step number one, as you can see, we've got a JavaScript here. Remember we said we want to use TypeScript. Okay, so what we are going to do, let's change this app.js. Okay, and I'm using this way for a reason. I didn't want to put an Expo app with TypeScript already. So what we are going to do, once we change any file to TypeScript, my apologies about that. Once we change any file to TypeScript, the system will quickly detect that we want to use TypeScript and it's going to quickly install TypeScript for us. Okay, so let me just say TSX. Okay, now we are changing this file to TypeScript. As you can see, guys, okay, now the system has detected that we want to use TypeScript. Now it's installing TypeScript for us. Okay, you might see a little bit of errors and the squiggly lines. Don't mind about that. The system will take care of itself. We are in good hands. The only thing that we need to do, we just have to meditate and sing kumbaya. Okay, no, I'm joking, guys. Okay, let's continue, guys. So let's just wait for this system to quickly resolve itself. Okay, as you can see, guys, everything has been resolved. Now this is the entrance of our application. Okay, here we don't want any screen. Okay, but what we want here, we want some sort of an initial navigation. Okay, number one, let's create a folder here called screens. Okay, this is a folder for our screens. Where is it? Can't we just type everything and it start with a capital letter? Okay, screens 100%. Let's create screen number one. Okay, let's say screen 1.tsx. Okay, now we need to type something. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a shortcut, okay, which is RNFCE. RNFE or RNFCE, RNFE. Okay, as you can see, what's the problem? I'm in React Native, cannot find the module React Native. Why? This is TSX. Okay, let's see. Okay, module React Native and its corresponding. Okay, my apologies about that. Let's just quickly check on this main screen. Okay, let's read on the small screen. Okay, here we can import everything from React Navigation. Let me just copy this just to test. Okay, some other errors, guys, they are not like something to worry about. The only thing that you have to do, you have to close the project and open it again. Okay, here I was just testing. Let's just close the project and open again. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, let's just close it, and then Visual Studio Code, VS Code, and just open it again. Okay, so don't be afraid of errors. When you see them, boldly confront them. It's nothing much. They are just there to some sort of like a bulldog, which is not harmful. They just make you scared, but there is nothing that they are going to do to you. We just need to have Muhammad Ali's confidence, okay, to face anything, okay, and be undefeated. Let's continue, guys. As you can see, guys, we don't have any errors. So let's just create a folder here, screens, and then from there we are going to create screen one. Okay, screen1.tsx. Okay, and then we are going to use the shortcut RNFE, which I'm going to show you what is it. Okay, there is this plugin. Okay, this plugin which is ES7. Okay, ES7. Here is this plugin. It has got a very long name. Okay, here is it, ES7 React Redux GraphQL React Native. Here is it, guys, ES React Redux GraphQL React Native snippet. So you need, okay, I've clicked it by mistake. Okay, this is not where I wanted to go. Okay, so this is where we are. This is the snippet, the plugin that makes this possible. Okay, guys, let's go back to business. As you can see, guys, we just got screen number one. Let's create screen number two. Okay, come back here, screen. Okay, let's say screen 2.tsx. As you can see, guys, then RNFE. As you can see, guys, we've got two screens. So what we want to do now, we want to first load screen number one and then click a button to move to screen number two. Okay, as you can see, we have been disconnected. Let's just quickly go back and connect, refresh. Okay, just to make sure we are connected. Now, guys, let's go back to our app. Okay, remember we said here we want a navigation. Okay, so let's just delete this. Let's just leave a React fragment here so that this error cannot be there. Let me just check my connection. I'm connected. Okay, let's check my okay, my apologies, guys, my mistake. Okay, my mistake. I'm supposed to run the project here. Okay, npx expo start first. Okay, so guys, let's clean our app.tx. Okay, now what we must do, let's create a folder, okay, for navigation. Okay, so it's like every type of navigation that we are going to create is going to have its own folder. Okay, now let's create a folder here, navigation. Okay, navigation, and then inside navigation, let's just, for the sake of making things clean, let's say Stack Navigation. Okay, this is the folder for Stack Navigation. Okay, and then we are going to create folders for other navigations as we proceed. Okay, so now let's first create the Stack Navigation. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to create the Stack Navigation. Okay, and then we are going to import it into our app.js. Okay, guys, we are not going to use this create style thing, we can delete it. Okay, so we need to take our stack navigation and put it here. Okay, just to give you a picture. Okay, what is a stack navigation? Let's say we were having a big house. Okay, let's say now we are successful, we've reached like million subscribers. Coded design is making a lot of money, even though it's not about money, it's about education and quality education. Let's just make an example. We are having a university, not a big house, coded design university. Okay, now we've got a lot of rooms. Okay, the building is there, but we don't have a map to help us to navigate the institution. I hope you get that idea. Now we've got the project. Okay, we've got the project, but and also we've got the entry point. The entry point acts as a gate to Coded Design University. This is the entry point, it's the app. In fact, not this app, but it's app.tsx. Okay, we've got the entry point. Okay guys, remember another thing that might make this not to run, we have made some changes here. Okay, as you can see, these changes might affect this. Okay, so don't mind the application for now. So now we've got the entrance, which is the app. Okay, we've got the university, which is this project, but guys, we don't have a map. Okay, there are different types of maps that we can use. Maybe we can use a digital map. Maybe let's say we open an app as we go through the institution, different rooms and seminar rooms and lecture rooms, we might use that app. Or we might use a map, a physical map on the paper, or we might use a Google map. These type of maps are different types of navigations. Okay, remember, a stack navigation is the invisible one. It's the screen stacked on top of the other. When you click a button, the other screen will be shown. What might be a different type of a map? Okay, the other different type of a map, it might be a tab navigation. I hope I can quickly see it here. Okay, as you can see guys, we've got a bottom tabs navigation. Let me quickly show you visually. Okay, where is something? Okay, as you can see guys, this is a different type of a map. And then we've got the drawer. Okay, the drawer also, it's a different type of a map. Okay, they don't have, here's an example. Okay, as you can see, the drawer comes here. Go back to code guys. Okay, I hope now you get the idea. Now we've got this institution, but we need a map. For us, we are deciding to choose a traditional paper map, and that traditional paper map is the stack navigation. Screens stack on top of each other, and there is no visual clue or thing that you can see. Okay, you will just see screens moving on top of each other, like the other screen move and the other enters. I hope guys this is clear. I've tried to explain it with the best of my ability. Okay, let's continue. Now first, let's create the map, which is we are going to go to our navigation and we are going to go to the stack folder, this one, and we are going to create a file which is called stack navigation.tsx. Okay, enter. Now let's go to the export documentation. React navigation documentation. Okay, go back. I think this is where we were. Okay, and now let's take this project. Okay, must we take it as it is? No, I don't think so. Okay, let's not do that. Let's just copy this import. Okay, let's just go back here. Let's use our shortcut. Okay, a shortcut RNFE. Okay, as you can see guys, we've got stack navigation here. Now let's import. Okay, we are importing the navigation container, something that we'll need for all our type of navigations. Okay, and then we are going to need also this function create navigation stack navigator. Okay, let's continue guys. Okay, as you can see, as you can see here, okay, we need to create this stack. Okay, let's just copy and paste. There is no need for us to do anything. Okay, so here let's create a stack that we are going to use. Okay, this is a Stack Navigator, a type of a map to navigate in our own application. Okay, let's continue, guys. I hope this is easy and you are following along, and don't forget, guys, to support my channel by subscribing. Okay, let's continue, guys. I'm going to make this simple for you guys. It's going to be easy. Okay, now what we want to do, in whatever that we are returning, okay, we are not going to return a view just like here. We don't want this. We want to return a map, so that when somebody gets into the door, a map welcomes them so that they can navigate Coded Design University. Okay, don't mind about this error. Now what we are going to do, we are going to copy this. Okay, we're going to copy this, okay, as it is. I'm going to explain now what it does. Okay, we don't have this screen. Don't mind also about this. Okay, guys, now, guys, as you can see, we need to have a navigation container. Okay, we need to have a navigation container, something that is mandatory. Okay, all stacks, whatever type of map that we are using, which is to us, we're calling these type of navigation maps, they must be inside a container. It's mandatory. Okay, and then you have your own navigator. Okay, Stack Navigator, which is this one. Okay, and then from there you close the navigator, and then you have screens. Okay, for now, guys, for simplicity's sake, concentrate on this part. Okay, let me just quickly show you what I mean. Here in this part, we are saying when you get into the reception of any university, okay, this is where it's more like an index page. You will find the receptionist, a beautiful lady or a handsome guy or a nice guy like me, okay, who's going to welcome you, greet you nicely, and ask you, offer you a glass of water. That's what I will do. Okay, offer you a glass of water, and they will show you that, okay, this is the receptionist, this is the HOD office, this is the hall, and this is they will show you everything. Okay, so the book that they are using, okay, whatever, even if it's a computer, whatever the directory that they are using to show you the different types of areas, okay, that list is this list. Every screen that we are going to use, it must be registered here, because if it's not registered here, the Stack Navigator is not going to be aware of it. In your code, when you are navigating to that screen, even if the file of the screen, which is screen 1 or screen 2, can be there, but if it's not here, it's like you are not going to use it. I hope you get the idea. So now that you can see that these are screens, let's register our screens. Screen number 1, it's this screen 1. Okay, let's type here screen. What I'm going to do, just to show you something, I'm going to type here screen 1, as in number 1 on the name. Okay, you will see visually the difference. Okay, I want to teach you something. I'm not going to write screen 1 like this one. Okay, and then from here I'm going to import on component. I'm going to import the component. This is where I have to write not this screen 1, which is the file, but this one, because this is what has been exported. This is what I'm going to import. Okay, I hope you understand that one, guys. So I'm going to paste that here, and then it's going to say this name has not been found. Let me just click where the cursor is, press Control and press space. Okay, space bar, and then from then I'm importing this screen. This is the name that I decided to come up with. I've got freedom when it comes to name, but when it comes to component, I must put the component that I'm exporting. Okay, I think that is all for now, guys. Now let's register our screen number 2. Okay, screen number 2, in terms of my apologies about that, in terms of here, the name, I'll just write number 2. And then here, I don't have a choice. I have to write what I'm exporting here. Go back, paste. My apologies about that. Paste. And then from then, I just need to import it. Guys, we are getting there. We are done with setting our map, okay, which is all our screens have been registered. Now, as you can see, no matter how much I can save, our screen has been frozen somewhere. It's like it's stuck in limbo. Maybe we were going to the moon and our rocket just disappeared somewhere. So that's the state of affairs in terms of our screen. We need to take it back, bring it to earth. How are we going to do that? Let's tell it that when you first load, okay, load the navigation. Okay, now an interesting question to ask you, and I'm not going to answer it. We are going to see it live. Which screen is it going to load? Is it going to load this one as the first screen, or is it going to load this one? Okay, just for shaking things up, let's just, okay, just for shaking things up, let's just paste here, okay, screen 2 first. Okay, we just want to see how is it going to happen. In fact, this is how I learn coding. Okay, sometimes I just run things to see what it will happen. Okay, and then we need to take this navigation, no, not this navigation container. We need to take this Stack Navigation component, okay, and put it in here on our app.tsx instead of rendering this, okay. Let's just test something. Let's just say view. Okay, I'm just testing something, guys, just to get our code unstuck. Okay, just testing because it's important to test. Okay, as you can see, guys, here is test. Maybe you might not see it, but here is it. Okay, so that means now I am sure that our screen is back from a limbo, a no man's land, a point of confusion. Now it's back. Okay, our screen is alive. Now let's put here. Okay, sorry, this is not how we do it. Okay, let me delete this because this is a JSX element. Okay, self-closing tag, as you can see, cannot find the names tag. Whenever I see the red lines, my mind fires up. I like errors. Okay, they help you to learn, they help you to become a better developer. I'm importing this now. Guys, we are done. Cross fingers, that's what developers do. They just type code and cross fingers. Save. Let's see what will happen. It's refreshing. Our system is refreshing. If we see an error, guys, we need to be happy and be excited, okay, so that we can tackle that error and continue. Part of this whole journey is to help you to fall in love with errors. As you can see, guys, boom, it's showing screen 2, and here is screen 2. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is screen 2 as the word. Now let's go to screen 2 and change this to subscribe to coded design. Okay, obviously I know you are a good guy, you have subscribed to coded design, as you can see, guys. So whatever that I'm typing here, it's here. Now what is this? Remember, I didn't tell you. Okay, I just told you that I'm going to teach you something. This is the label of your screen. Okay, this name here on the Stack Navigation, it's the label of your screen. Sometimes you might not want to call this screen 2. You might want to make this something meaningful. You might want to say this is home. When you save, as you can see, guys, now this is home. I hope you are learning something. Okay, let's go back to that screen 2 just to avoid confusion. Now let's put this at the back, okay, and see what's going to happen. As you can see, guys, things are not changing. I was hoping that since we started with this one, okay, since we started with this one, with this screen on top of the Stack Navigation, something was going to happen, but it looks like nothing is happening. Okay, it still loads the same thing. Okay, it doesn't load this one. Okay, in the next video, since I want to keep these videos short, nice and neat, in the next video I am going to show you how do you choose which screen to render here. I am Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer from South Africa. Believe me, this is the best quality videos and quality education in terms of React navigation. I have just delivered it the same way. I would wish that there was someone who was going to explain it this way. I have moved up and down YouTube and internet trying to find a video like this one. I have never found it, so I'm trying to become the mentor I never had. Should you get unstuck and you would want to contact me, and let's discuss and help you to code your future and help you to become a better developer, guys, you know where to find me. I am Matthew Msingati, the designer from South Africa. This is my website. I have got a 10-hour coaching course. This is where I discuss your own pain point. Instead of offering one size fits all course, Next.js or React.js or whatever technology, I decided to have a one-on-one 10-hour course where I solve your own problem. You come with a problem, you tell me this is where you want to go, and I take you there. How do you contact me? You just click here and arrange a discovery call. From here, you give me your name and your email. I will come back to you. We can discuss. I am Matthew from Coded Design. Don't forget to code badly with pride, because that's where it starts. See you on the next one.